Okay, so for this Orange to Blue Belt class, we're going to be working on a couple different things. We're going to be reviewing some of our basic blocking, and again, that ability to rotate and generate power, maintain balance while still using our defensive skills. Right? We're also going to be reviewing some of our kicks and doing them under some pressure, right? Seeing if you can do them when you're distracted or there are other things going on around you. So we're going to have some fun with that. And finally, we're going to be talking about generosity, which is a really important idea in a time of difficulty for the people around us, for ourselves and for others. And we'll find that generosity really can make the situation a lot better for everybody involved. So let's get started with some warm-up, and then we'll jump into class. All right, before we get started with most of the class, we're going to do our warm-ups, right? Warm-ups are important to keep our body healthy and strong, right? So this is going to be a 4-part warm-up. Every move that we're doing, we're going to do for about 30 seconds, right? So we're going to start off in a fighting stance. We're going to have one leg in front, one leg in back. It really doesn't matter which one it is, right? You're going to be doing a lead hook and then a backhand cross, right? Now, the big thing that we're looking for as you do this is that you're turning your feet, right? It doesn't have to extend your arm fully, right? But we want to turn our body, start to warm up our core and our legs. My feet are turning, you can hopefully see that, right? My shoulders are turning, my hips are turning, right? The one thing that's not turning really is my head. I try and keep that straight forward. Other things to think about is, basic stuff like keeping your hands up, right? But the most important part is the turning to help you get you loosened up, right? So now we're gonna do the exact same thing. We're gonna switch to the other side. 30 seconds, lead hook, backhand cross, lead hook, backhand cross. Now, as you're doing a warm-up, it's important to breathe. Get your body used to breathing in, breathing out, right? Raise your body temperature a little bit. That's literally what you're doing when you're doing a warm-up. Gotta raise that body temperature a little bit. In and out, in and out. Almost done with this part of the warm-up. I got 2 more after this. Okay, next part of the warm-up, we're going to do some crawl-outs, right? I'm going to cut in some different views of this, but basically all you're going to do is you're going to squat down, you're going to crawl out to a push-up position, you do 1 push-up, you crawl yourself back, and you stand up with a tiny hop, right? We're going to do that for 30 seconds. Ready, set, and go. Squat down, crawl out, get your body nice and straight and flat, bend down for your push-up. Now, if you need to put your knees down when you do your push-up, that's okay, right? The important thing is you get that full range of motion, right? So if I put my knees down, still get the benefit, pick my knees back up so I can crawl, get back up. And if you need to, you can even skip the push-up. Makes it a little bit easier. You can crawl out, right? And then just crawl back and do that little hop. All right, so that's 30 seconds. Last warm-up move that we're gonna do, we're going to do some snowboard hops, right? Snowboard hops are a lot like ski jumps, only I go forward and back as compared to ski jumps where you go side to side. So we're going for 30 seconds. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. Ready, set, and go. I'm starting to breathe a little bit. That's good. That's what a warm-up should do. Right? You can shake out your arms if you want. Right? Tiny hops. Right? Make sure you have your feet underneath of you. And they're pretty close together. You can see that when I turn. Right? My feet pretty close. Right? A few more seconds. Almost there. 3, 2, 1, and that's time. All right, we're all done with our warm-ups. Let's get ready for the regular part of the class. All right, so for today, we're gonna be doing a couple different kicks. We're gonna be doing basic front kick, we're gonna do a lead leg side kick, and a hop step front kick, right? And each of those kicks should pose a different level of difficulty for you as a martial artist. And what we wanna do as we go into any striking, or really any drill, is to go in with some intention to improve, right? So even though you're doing something basic, you're aiming to improve. You're doing something maybe a little bit harder, you're aiming to improve, right? And for each of those things, maybe it's a different goal, right? So as you do your front kick, maybe you're thinking, all right, well, I'm kicking fast, or I'm kicking high. As you're doing your lead leg side kick, maybe you're working on a form thing of making sure my foot is sideways, right? If you're doing your hop step front kick, maybe you're just making sure that you bring your feet and you don't cross them. Whatever it is, you want to have some kind of intention, right? Now, I'll make some suggestions as we go throughout the video, but when you're at home and you're practicing by yourself, you have the freedom to say, you know what? I know when I did a private session with Sensei Mark said that I really need to make sure my foot is sideways. I'm going to remember to do that, right? Or since Angela said I really have to work on not crossing my feet, I'm gonna do that, right? So go in with a good intention and you're gonna get really good results. If you just kind of go in there and say, I'm gonna wiggle my leg, well, that's the level of improvement that you're going to get. All right, so for these kicks, you're gonna be doing 20 of each kick on each leg, right? We're gonna start off with our front kick. Get in your fighting stance, think about your intention, right? Like maybe you're thinking, I'm kicking at head height, I'm kicking at chest height, maybe think about your hands, whatever it is, pick something. For me, I'm gonna be thinking about making sure that I breathe out as I kick, right? And then I rotate my body, right? So we're gonna do 20 front kicks. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. 1, and one thing, too, you want to keep that same intention throughout. Right? So as you're doing your front kick, don't say, oh, I'm going to do 5 that are high and then 5 that are fast. Stay with one thing. Focus in on one thing. Get that better, right? Rather than racing ahead to do something else. Let's do 3 more. 1, 2, and 3, right? And we're going to switch your legs into the same thing. As you do this, you might find your mind tends to wander off, right? And that's typically why that's something that the instructor told you to fix, is because you don't focus on it as well as you need to, right? So really challenge yourself to stay on task. We're gonna do front kick with the other leg. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Maybe you can hear me breathing. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. We're gonna do 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Okay, so we're going to go into side kick. As we do our lead leg side kick, again, pick your intention. What are you going to improve on? Right? Now, if you're having a hard time, sometimes it's a good idea to try and understand why. If you understand the why you do that thing, why is it important that your foot's sideways? Why is it important that you can kick high? That will help you to stay focused on it. So that's a great thing to ask an instructor about. Like, hey, sensei, why is it that I need to keep my hands up, right? Why is it that my foot needs to be sideways, right? Those kinds of whys will help you to stay motivated. So that's a great thing to ask an instructor about. But for now, think about what your thing is. Make a decision. We're doing lead leg side kick 20. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I forgot to tell you. 6. I'm working on turning my base foot backwards. 7, 8. You'll be able to see that in a minute when I turn. 9, 10. And do a few more. Right? When I do this, you'll see this foot turns as I kick. 1. That's what I'm focusing on. 2, 3. Maybe that's what you're focusing on. I don't know. 4. You're in charge. 5. You're in control of achieving the goal. 6. The goal, of course, getting better. 7. Getting healthier. 8. Getting faster. 9. Getting prettier. I don't know. Probably not prettier. 10. Okay. Same thing. Other side. You're switching legs. Lead leg side kick. Probably have the same intention on both legs. You don't have to, but you probably do. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I say you probably do. 6, because it's normal. 7, have one good leg. 8, and one bad leg. 9, 10. We're going to do 10 more. Ready? 1. Actually, I should turn for these. 2, 3, and of course, it's normal. 4, but normal isn't always good. 5, 6, getting sick is normal. 7, but it ain't good. 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so coming up on our last kick, we're gonna do hop step front kick. Again, think of your intention. Well, maybe I'm gonna make sure my feet come together. The why for that is, if I cross my feet, I'm a little bit slower, and I'm also exposed to a counterattack, versus if I don't cross my feet, it's faster, right? Maybe think about kicking high, hands up. whatever your thing is, pick your thing. We're gonna do 20 on each side. 1, 2, 3, stay focused. 4, 5, I'm working on trying to stay smooth. Don't jump up and down, right? Because if you stay smooth, it's harder to see the kick coming. It makes it easier for you to land your attack. It's sneaky. I lost count though. So we're gonna do like 7 more. 1, 2, that's what I get for talking. 3, problem with teaching and training at the same time. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we're gonna do the other leg. I'm gonna turn sideways so you can see it, right? You can see my feet come together, they don't cross. Staying smooth, I try not to bounce up and down. I think you'll also be able to see that a little bit better as I kick sideways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more coming up after this. 1, we're almost done with the basics. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. All right. So we got through those. One lesson that's really important to remember is when you go into an activity where you're just getting reps in on something you've learned before, you know the pattern, you're pretty confident, create your mission, create your goal, right? When you do that, you're going to be able to progress so much faster, right? Than if you're just kind of like, oh, well, time to wiggle my leg again, right? You'll get a little bit better, right? You'll strengthen your muscles, get faster, but if you train with intention, whew, that's the difference between getting a stripe in, 8 classes versus 12 classes, right? It's the difference between waiting 5 months to get a belt, waiting 8 months to get a belt. It really makes a big difference, right? So everybody, let's get ready for the next part of class. Okay, folks, so we're coming up on a quick kicking challenge. For this kicking challenge, we're gonna need a ball, okay? Now, you're gonna see, well, first of all, your ball should be pretty squishy or bouncy, like a tennis ball is perfect, right? And you can see my ball's got like Avengers on it. There's Captain America, and Thor, and Iron Man, and of course the Hulk, all right? But you could have a regular, basic, boring tennis ball, that's fine too. The key things that we're looking for is something that, like I said, if you drop it on the floor, it won't break anything and it won't break, right? So something that's pretty durable but safe to practice with. And what you're gonna see is, for the most part, we're gonna be doing a drill, it's toss, kick, catch, right? Really, it's toss, kick, recover, catch, right? And if you don't have the ability to toss the ball up in your house, because maybe you're in a basement with a low ceiling or something like that, right? You can do a bounce instead. So you can bounce, kick, recover, catch, right? But I recommend the toss for the most part. It's a little bit easier, okay? And what you're gonna be doing is you're gonna do 5 kicks on each leg, right? Where you can do toss, kick, catch. So it will look something like this. Toss, kick, recover, catch. And your goal is to catch it 5 times when your foot has already got back down to the floor. If you haven't gotten your foot back down to the floor, you wouldn't count. So you do 5 on one side, 5 on the other. Front kicks are first. Then you do lead leg side kicks, the same idea. And then you do hop step front kicks, which is the hard one. Okay? Now you're gonna have 2 minutes. If you finish in 2 minutes, awesome, right? If you don't make it and you wanna pause the thing and rewind and do it again, that's perfectly fine. You can do that by yourself, right? If you finish early, right, you can challenge yourself to doing a different kick. Try a roundhouse kick, which is much harder, right? You can try, I don't know, back step side kick. Whatever kick that you want, you're gonna find hop step kicks are harder than basic kicks. Spinning kicks are really hard. Okay, so you can try any of those things out, all right? So we're gonna get started. Like I said, we're gonna have 2 minutes, right? Only count it if you kick, recover, and catch, right? If you haven't recovered fully, it shouldn't count. And obviously, if you don't catch it, don't count it. All right, so we're going for 2 minutes. On your mark, get set, and go. Toss, kick, catch. 1 for me. 2. Whoa, 3, almost dropped it. 4, You can see this is kind of the easy-ish one. It gets harder as we go along, right? If I'm ahead of you, that's fine. If you're ahead of me, that's fine too, right? Remember, it's gonna be front kicks. After you finish your front kicks, you're gonna do lead leg side kicks. So if you're already ahead of me and you can't remember what kick is next, it's lead leg side kick. If you're behind me, that's okay. Still work on those front kicks. I think I did enough front kicks. I got busy counting, right? Or talking. I'm gonna go to lead leg side kicks, finish your front kicks if you need to. So it's gonna be toss, side kick. Whoop, I didn't catch it, I don't count it. Toss, kick, catch. Toss, kick, catch. Good. I'm gonna switch to my other side. If you're already ahead of me, you might be doing hop step front kicks, which is the next thing. That's 3 for me. That's 4 for me. That's 5 for me, right? So front kicks, 5 on each side. Lead leg side kick, 5 on each side. Once you've done that, hop step front kick. This is the hard one. Ah, didn't make it. I told you it was a hard one. But you keep going though. Toss. Oh, bad throw, but I got it. 1, 2, quick feet. 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna do the other side. Oh, we got enough time. Hurry up. Maybe I don't have enough time. I gotta hurry now. 1. Definitely not good. Not good. 2, 3, 4. It's gonna, that's time, right? So hopefully you finished. I came up short by 1, right? Great job. Let's get ready for the next part of class. All right, so today, guys, I want to talk to you a little bit about generosity. Now, generosity is a super important idea in terms of learning how to treat each other and others with kindness, right? And one of the ways that we treat someone with kindness is to show generosity, right? And when we talk about generosity, we're talking about giving of things that we kind of value to someone else, maybe because we value them, right? So if you sit around and you think, like, what's something that you kind of treasure, right? So it could be, toy, it could be food, it could be something that you're able to play with at home, right? So it could be a thing or it could be a person, right? When you talk about generosity, you're talking about sharing that thing with someone else. Maybe you're ready to move on from a toy and you're going to donate your old toys to charity, right? Or maybe, your mom got you a great, bag of candy. You got some M&Ms. And you love M&Ms, but you also love your mom. So maybe you're going to let her have a few, right? So we could talk about being generous with our things, right, which is important. And we can also talk about being generous with our time, right? So generous with our time might be like, maybe instead of sitting and playing video games for 3 hours straight, maybe I'm going to make sure that I get up and I help someone in my family today with something that they need to do, right? Maybe it's helping a little brother do their homework. Maybe it's reading for your little sister, right? Maybe it's doing some of those chores that you're not normally responsible for, but maybe you can help out your dad today with one of the chores that he can do, right? So being generous with our time, being generous with our things are all important. One thing about generosity, though, is you have to remember it's not generous if you're giving away something that you really don't care about or you really don't want, right? So if you're like, oh, gee, Mom never gets to clean the bathroom. I'm going to let her clean the bathroom today. I'm going to be generous and let her have that. That's not generosity, right? Or if you're like, you know what? This is garbage. I'm going to put this garbage in my brother's room so he can have some garbage. No, that's not generosity at all, right? It's when you're giving something that you value, like your time or a thing, right? So our kind of final thought for generosity today is, I want you to take a minute, and if you need to pause the video to go ahead and do this, go ahead and pause the video. I want you to think of something that you're going to do, one thing, right? Either giving one thing to someone in your family today or doing one thing, giving your time to one person in your family today, right? So really think about that, right? And commit, what's something that I can do today to make the people that I love or care about feel a little bit more loved, right? So take a second, think about that if you're not ready. If you are ready, let's get ready for the next part of class. Okay, folks, so we're going to be working on how we kind of move our hands in our basic motions, really trying to refine that, both setting and where we end up, right? Now, the thing about the path your arm moves, right, is it's key for generating power, right? There tends to be this thing when you're trying to hit really hard to kind of wind up, right, or get ready, set, and then go, and that's going to help you to generate more force with each of your movements. It also will improve your coordination, right, which is one of the things we want. It's going to make us better at basically every sport if we learn how to generate power with our arms and also have be coordinated while generating that power. And our blocking basic motions really can help you quite a bit with that, right? So for our blocking basic motions, we're going to kind of break this down into pieces and we're going to try and stick it all together. The key here is that for each move, it's set, then go. Set, then go, right? If you learn how to set and go, you're going to be in a really good place for generating power and, like I said, improving your coordination. So we're going to start off in a horse stance, and we're just going to do the high block, right? Now, when we do the high block, the first thing that we're going to do is we start in our horse stance. Okay, hands are in the chamber, we have good posture, all those things, we all know that, right? But today we're focusing on what our hand's doing. We set, right? When we set, the hand that's going to do the block, in this case, this one, your left hand, my right hand, because I'm mirroring, I want my hand kind of next to my belly button. So if this is my belly button, I move over a couple inches further, right? My other hand is up, like almost touching my shoulder, right? So you guys can kind of see it's right by my shoulder, okay? And my palms point towards each other, okay, like I do high hands, right? That's how I set for a high block. And then I turn and I do a high block with that hand that's on the bottom, right? So we're gonna do that 3 times, right? So follow along. Set your hands. A hand that's going to be on the bottom is the one that's going to block, and it's palm up, like clap hands, and then turn and high block. All right, so we're going to do that 2 more times. Set your hands, palms towards each other, and high block 1 more time. Set your hands, and high block. Okay. Now you'll also notice this other hand is coming back to the chamber. Now right now I'm not doing it with a lot of force, but you actually will want to generate a lot of power both directions, both on this part and on this part, as we get better. So we're going to do the other side, the same idea. We're going to set our hands, right? The hand that's blocking is down by my belly button, a little bit next to it. The other one's up by my shoulder. My palms face towards each other. And I turn, and I do my high block. Again, I set my hands, my palms face each other, turn, high block. 1 more time. Set, go, high block. Now, if you want to go back and rewatch this and look at the high block again, feel free to go ahead and do that, but we're going to keep moving along. We're going to do the middle block next. Now, middle block looks a lot like the high block in terms of how you set, right? Because it's actually a very similar block. The only difference is that the hand that's blocking points down. So I set. This hand comes up. You're going to see that we do this one a lot, right? The chamber hand comes up to your opposite shoulder. The other hand points down. It's just like the high block. High block was this. Low block is that, okay? But keep your fingers closed, right? And then you turn, and you do your middle block. So we're going to do that 3 times. So everybody follow along. Set yourself up. Palms are down. And then turn, palms turn up for both hands. Because it kind of sets it opposite, right? We set, palms are down, and we go. Middle block, palms are up. Right? 1 more time. Set, palms are down, go. Okay, we got 2 arms though. Let's use the other one. Set, right? Palms are pointing down. They end up, palms are up, like I was asking for something. Like, give me a cookie, please, mommy. I want a cookie. I actually don't feel like a cookie today, but that's okay. Right? So again, set, palms are pointing down, and turn, middle block. We're going to do that 2 more times. Set, turn, 1 more time, a little bit of power, set, turn. Okay, so we kind of hit the midway point. We've done high block, we've done middle block. We're learning how to generate power as we do those blocks, which is super important, because if you have a weak block, man, it don't work. You get beat up instead of blocking it, right? So we're going to try and do all 4 of those, see if we can remember them all. Right, so we're starting with the high block, right? And on high block, palms face which way? Towards each other, right? And we turn high block. Other side, we set, high block, palms point towards each other, high block. Now we're going to do middle block. Think about which way they set. Palms down or towards each other. Which one? Down is correct. Palms down and middle block, right? Other side, set, palms down, middle block, right? So we're going to do that 2 more times all together. Right? Think about which way you set. Get ready for a high block. We're turning towards our left. The hand that's on the bottom blocks up. mixed up bottom and block, got blottom, which is weird. The other side, set your hands, palms face towards each other, right? The hand is on the bottom blocks. Ready? Boom. Okay, next up, I like blottom, that makes me smile. Right, other side, set palms point down and bottom blocks. Boom. Other side, set points down, the hand that's in the bottom blocks. Okay, one more time, I'm gonna go a little bit fast, right? Try and keep up. If you're having a hard time keeping up, feel free to pause this, rewind, practice whatever you need to do to be able to feel ready to go on to the next challenge, but let's try and do it at this speed. Ready? Set, go, set, go, set, go, set, and go. All right, so hopefully you were able to go that fast. If you need to, like I said, go back and pause this, practice it a few more times, but we're gonna keep moving. We're gonna go on to cross-body blocks. Now, cross-body block, kind of similar, right? The hand that sets goes to the exact same place. They just keep going to the shoulder for all the blocks except for the low block, right? This hand comes up like you're holding it up like you could give a 5, like high five, I missed you, yeah, right? So we're here, and we're gonna do a cross-body block. Right, so we're gonna do that again. Hands are up, and we turn. Again, hands are up, and we turn, okay? We're gonna do the same thing the other side. Hands come up, and turn, right? And again, this hand that's up, it's like I'm giving a 5, and this hand that's by the shoulder is exactly like all the other ones. Palm pointing down, thumb towards your chest. Go. Right? One more time, cross-body block. Okay, so cross-body block is pretty simple, right? It's just like the other ones. The only difference is you're here, set it down, okay? Low block's a little bit trickier, so we'll spend a minute on that. When we do our low block, the hand that sets is gonna end up going down, so it sets up. Right, so on a high block, put it on the bottom so I can bring it up. It's like wind up and throw. Okay? On a low block, bring it up here and come down. Now when I bring it up, it's palm towards your face. Right, like you're tapping yourself. Like this. Though stop hitting yourself, it's ridiculous. Right? So we're here, this hand is gonna come down. Right? And my palm turns to face my leg. The other hand, normally it keeps coming up, but I can't do that because now it looks like I'm hugging myself, which is weird. Don't hug yourself. I'm gonna put this out of the way and underneath of it. Right, so it's kind of like how we set high block rather. It's kind of next to our belly button, palm pointing down. Actually, I guess that's middle block, right? So we're here like this. This palm is like touching my face. This one's pointing down, but of course I close my fist. And I turn to another low block. Right, we're gonna do that again. Set, low block. Again, set, low block. Okay, let's do the other arm. Set, low block, right? Set, palm down here, palm in here, low block, and they twist as they come back to their spot. Set, low block. Okay, so we're gonna just, you know what, let's just go to doing the whole thing. We might as well, right? So we're gonna do all the blocks, but we're gonna try and set. We're gonna try and do it 3 times. Here we go, starting together. We're doing high block. Think about which way your palms set. Are they gonna give each other 5s? Are they pointing down? Right, yeah, it's like they're giving each other 5. Turn, high block. Other side, think about how your hands go. Like you're giving 5s. High block. Now we've got middle block. Think which way is it? Like we're giving 5s. Is it pointing down? It's down. Set, palms point down. Middle block. Other side, set, palms point down. Middle block. Now we're doing a cross-body block. Set. This hand's like we're giving a 5. This one's pointing down still. Cross-body block. Set. And again, for all these, when I open my hand to show you, right, you just always have the fist when you're doing it right. And you'll see that as we go through the next couple. That'll be a little bit faster. Now, as you transition to a low block, this hand just goes right to your face, right? But again, keep your fingers closed to bring this hand up, or across, I should say. And low block, same thing. Bring it up by your face. This one's across, and low block, right? So we're going to go through that 2 more times. As you get this coordination down, like I said, it's going to make you much more coordinated for martial arts because sometimes you got to be able to do 2 different things at once. I block and I strike. You see that in your self-defense all the time, right? It's also going to help you generate that force. So it's a very valuable skill to have, right? And again, it translates to other things as well. So you might say, oh, I want to be good at lacrosse. Well, this will help you with lacrosse. You want to be better at, I don't know, anything that uses your hands, okay, which is a lot of stuff. Okay, here we go. Ready. Hands in the chamber. Set, palms face each other. High block, set, palms face each other. High block. Next, middle block, set, palms point down. middle block, set, palms point down, middle block. Next, cross body block, set like you're gonna give a 5. Cross body block, set like you could give a 5. Cross body block. Next, low block, set, palms, one is at your face, one is down. Other side, set, and go. All right, last time. We're gonna go a little bit fast. Now, if you can keep up with me, that's a good sign that you're good at this and you're ready to move on to the next challenge. If you have a hard time keeping up, maybe you wanna pause this, rewind it, try it a couple more times. All right, so here we go. Set, go, 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 set, go. All right, that's all 8 of your blocks. Hopefully you got it, and we're ready to move on to the next thing. And like I said, if you need to, pause this and retry it, but otherwise we're gonna keep moving along with class. All right, folks, so it's time for a little bouncy ball challenge, right? So hopefully you have your bouncy ball, right? If you don't have a bouncy ball, it's a little bit hard. You can try it with tossing it up and tossing like a stuffed animal up in the air, but works best with a bouncy ball. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna get in a horse stance, okay? You're gonna hold the ball up like in front of you, right? And maybe a little bit higher than your head. You can see it's a little bit higher than my head. I'm just gonna drop it, okay? And my challenge is to do 2 blocks and then pick up the ball. Now, one of the things you're looking for is that when you drop it, right? And I can do my blocks 1, 2, I can get the ball before it bounces too many times, right? If it bounces 1 time and you pick it up, you can go ahead and give yourself 3 points. If it bounces 2 times, give yourself 2 points. If it bounces 3 times, give yourself 1. Anything more than that, you get nothing, right? So the challenge for today is to try and get to 5 points. If you're using a super bouncy ball, this is a little bit easy. If it's a sort of bouncy ball, it's a little bit hard. If you're using a not very bouncy ball, it's very hard, right? So it can be challenging depending on what equipment you're using. It also matters what floor you're on. If you're on a hard floor, right, it's a little bit easier, right? If you're on something that's really soft, like I'm standing on a mat, it makes it a little bit harder because the ball doesn't bounce as much, right? So we're gonna just try our best, right? We're gonna go for about, we're gonna give us like, I don't know, 1.5 minutes, right? And if you can get to 5 points before 1.5 minutes, well, you're pretty fast. So I'm gonna get started. You can get started. I'm gonna get my timer ready. Here we go. Ready, set, and go. Oh, I missed. All right, I got 2 points there. I missed on my first bounce, right? It's pretty fast though. You gotta be really moving and grooving, right? So here, that one I messed up my coordination on. I'm not gonna count that. I don't wanna accept bad ones. I only wanna accept good ones, right? So here, high block. Bounced an extra time. I had it and it got away from me. We try again, right? Hold it up high, ready, and go. High block. Lost it again. It's not bouncing very high, but that's okay. We try our best, right? Here we go. Explosive and fast. High block. All right, I got 2 more points. So I got 5, right? I'm gonna do a couple more, right? Maybe I try a different block. But if you already got 5, you're done. Otherwise, I'm gonna stick around with the people who need a little bit more time, right? I think I'm gonna do low blocks. Low block, low block. All right. Low block, I felt good about that one. Whew, try it again. Ready? Low block, low block. Whew, okay. I'm getting the technique down. We go again. Maybe I'm gonna do a cross body block. Cross body. Oh, I got it. I got it. Oh, we got 15 more seconds. What am I gonna try now? Maybe middle blocks. Middle block. All right. It's coming together. 5 more seconds. Hopefully you get to your 5 points. Got away. All right. Well, that's time, everybody. If you made it, great. If not, you want to try it again, set a timer, right? You can try with any one of your blocks, see if you're really fast. Great job today. Hope to see you soon.